We play and call it work.
Hey there, guys, and welcome to Luka and I Sit and Talk. So this will be our first Sit and Talk ever. So
yeah, actually,
there's a lot of questions, so we're going to be reading them off to you guys.
Pages of questions, guys.
Pages.
I hope there's some personal questions.
Next week is Josh and Lee.
Josh and Lee.
So leave your questions down in the comments below on our website. On YouTube, the comments will be disabled, but that's just because it's way easier for us to print them off and read them out to you guys when they're on our website. So nothing against YouTube, totally for convenience, and yeah, that's really the reason.
Pretty much it.
And so yeah, leave your comments for Lee and Josh. And we're going to be getting into our first half hour for free. And of course, there will be a second half hour in the vault for only our vault members, specifically questions asked by our vault members as well. So I guess we shall jump right in. Good thing I have a watch, and we will start the 30 minutes.
Let's go, guys. All right. First one. Now, how do you... Adamus or Adamus?
Adamus.
Adamus, 39. Luka, I hope you spelled that. I hope I spelled that right. It's incorrect. It's fine. It's L-U-K-A. You know what? You can spell it however you want, though. And
I believe that's Colin.
Colin?
But yeah, we're gonna put a big disclaimer here right now. Our names are spelled.
You know what? They don't even matter.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine.
I mean, my name is Cullen. C-U-L-L-E-N for all those of you who care. But you can call me whatever, as long as it starts with a C and ends with an N.
I won't be upset as long as
the effort was there.
As long as I can understand it's my name.
Exactly.
I know the answer. So you play Slaves of Darkness for Age of Sigmar, but I'm very interested in 8th edition fantasy. What is the best way to get started in 8th edition fantasy, eh? As far as where can I find the best deals for a Chaos Army book and fantasy rule books? Thank you guys so much for the amazing job you guys do, and don't worry, Cullen, you don't need an artillery die for this comment.
I appreciate it.
So for 8th edition fantasy, how to get into it?
So Slaves of Darkness is Chaos, Warriors of Chaos, correct?
Slaves of Darkness, Age of Sigmar is, yeah.
So that means you have a Warriors of Chaos army, or at least some of those miniatures. How to get into it? Getting the rule book.
Are they already on circular bases?
Yeah, that's
That's
gonna
a big one.
That's going to be a problem. If you've got square bases, I mean, you're halfway there. Then you just got to learn the lovely rule system of 8th edition fantasy. Again, rule books these days might be hard to come by.
eBay's your best bet, I assume.
Yeah.
Kijiji, all that.
Yeah, Kijiji's a huge one, or I guess Kijijis are like
I guess,
Craigslist.
technically Kijiji is Canada's Craigslist. Correct?
Yeah, so Craigslist as well. All of those aftermarket secondhand, maybe even at your game store. If you
never know. A friend who's played it like 10 years ago, or not 10 years ago, but you get the idea. They might have all these old books.
Yeah, even like getting some of the Magic cards will definitely be tricky.
Woo!
So yeah,
but convenient.
But yeah, they're going to make your life that much easier. So I definitely recommend it. I mean,
100%.
Fantasy's fantastic.
If you have friends that can get into it, I got lucky. I only played it here. I only ever really played it here with Steve and Cullen. But if you have a group of friends, or if your local gaming store still covers fantasy, then ask away. You know what? I'm sure the community is more than helpful enough.
Oh yeah. No, fantasy is great. And anything else in there? Where to find the rule books and where can I find the best deals? Yeah, the best way to get started is just to play. Yeah. Find some friends, and it might be hard, but hopefully if you've got some friends who also play Age of Sigmar, maybe they also have some fantasy models, and maybe you can start with them.
Maybe Facebook groups for fantasy if there are any.
Yep.
You never know. I know some in my area are.
Oh, okay. Yep. Cool.
Next one.
Sure.
Luka and Cullen. Spelled it correctly.
Joshua PM2.
Yeah, Joshua PM2. Yeah. What is /are your favorite things about working for MiniWarGaming, and who out of the team do you enjoy working alongside the most?
I feel like that's a loaded question.
That is a loaded question. Matthew's my favorite person to work with.
I love working with our bosses.
Well, I mean, the easy answer is pretty much everyone.
I was going to say everybody's great.
You get to work with someone different every day for the most part.
Yep, and everybody's kind of got their own either ways to play or things about the game that they enjoy more, and you kind of get more enjoyment out of certain aspects.
Yep.
With Matthews, it's rules and getting everything right.
Yeah.
With
Very meticulous.
Exactly, and it's fantastic to play because you just feel like everything's going so well,
Yep.
and like
There's no error.
Yeah.
An error.
And when you're with Steve or Josh or Quirk even or you, for me, it's a lot more. I think it's a little bit more relaxed, and sometimes the banter. You get into that kind of.
You lose track a lot too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd say that Cullen and I work with Lee mostly, actually.
Yeah, that's
for
actually
sure.
very, very true. We do work with Lee.
We help Lee all the time, like 2 or 3 times during the week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what our days were downstairs, building, painting, base coding.
He gets overloaded with work.
Yeah. Oh, you guys.
You have no idea.
I don't think you guys know what a box of MDF terrain looks like. When speak of the devil.
Hey, Lee
just came in.
You want to join the Sit and Talk, Lee?
Oh, here he comes. Yes.
They are simply asking us what our favorite, who our favorite person to work with is, and we just simply said we work with Lee the most.
Yeah. Choose your answer wisely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know. Oh, it's Adam is 39 again. Wait.
Oh, another question.
Oh, it's the exact same. That's the exact same. It just doubled up. Okay. Unpure. Hey, L and C. Smart. I like that. Can't get our names wrong in that case. How much are you loving life at the moment? How does it feel being paid to play games, becoming celebrities, and no longer just being Steve Warhammer puppies? You know what? That's not inaccurate.
I was going to say, like, as much as I want to deny that, you almost can't.
There's another part. I look forward to seeing you in many future videos. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. How are we loving life at the moment? It's pretty
good.
Pretty great.
Again, still feels like vacation.
Yeah, I mean, this technically is my vacation because I spend most of my year up at school.
Yeah.
So during the summers, I come down and get to do this, and it's, there's a reason I leave one of the biggest cities in Canada to come down to this little small town.
Island. Yeah.
And spend the whole summer playing with these guys because it's fantastic. It's a great time.
I can't I never regret waking up early just to go.
Right? Yeah. I'm sure when you're a guest, right?
Oh yeah. Even when I was a guest, I always look forward to it. It's a little bit of a longer drive, but what else was I gonna say? I had something else. Oh, Warhammer puppies for Steve. That was very relevant because there'd be so many times where Steve would just text me like a day or two before, like, Luka, I really need fantasy. Can I get you to come in? Yeah, okay, I suppose.
Yep. Yep.
It is out of the blue. What else? We got no one. Common ubiquitous scarab.
Ooh.
At Luka, Lucka, and
Cullen.
You were one of those might be right. You're correct. One of those is correct for each of us. I'm currently creating a homebrew narrative based on an apocalyptic scenario that involves some of the producers. Essentially, what this means is I ask the question: if you were shoved into the 40K universe, what would you be and why? Deities and godlike beings and named characters are not allowed, nor are city-spanning creatures. And what would your traits be? This is a long one. The idea for the campaign is that you have wound up on a planet with other miscreants, everyone else from the studios, some way or another, and you are far from everywhere, and you are trying to complete your own personal objective. The idea for this spawns out of the very punishing and quite rewarding playstyle where if you die, you die. Oh. So to ask the question, what would you be and why? Also love the content from you guys, and happy wargaming. Thank you. And also, can you ask Steve if he still wants the amble? Many thanks.
What's an amble?
I don't know. Steve will know. We'll ask him if he wants the amble still.
We'll ask him.
Okay, so yeah, let's stick with this one for a second.
That's it was a large comment, so we'll get right into it.
What would you be and why? Oh man. Can I be a
homebrewed narrative campaign?
Can I be a Necron? And survive,
of course you want to be a Necron.
Survive against the odds with everything? Durability. I don't think I want to be Nurgle. I mean, even a Necron looks aesthetically pleasing too, at least in my eyes.
You want to be like a skeleton robot?
Yeah, I mean, they're large, they're imposing.
I mean, I feel like I would want to be like nowhere near any of these things. I want to be
you can just be a human.
Yeah, I just want to be.
You could just be
or like a Tau Earthcast and just like building things and just away from everybody else.
I suppose the easy answer would be I would be a human. I'd say, yeah, from like living from a high city. I'd be about 5'10", blonde hair, beard, blue eyes.
Oh, I mean, of course.
There we go.
There you go.
What were you calling?
Yeah, I think I would.
Earthcast guy.
I think it'd be a little Earthcast guy. Again, I like building things creative in that way. So
Realistically, I'd be a Necron just for the survivability. So, most likely to survive, maybe
ever living.
ever living. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else dies of age. I'm still going.
It would also be fun to push Luka down the stairs and just watch him rebuild himself.
Rebuild. Oh, see, that would just be pure entertainment.
But except for the time where you don't, and then you roll a 1 and.
I mean, I'll
dead.
repair myself eventually. I'm sure.
Maybe.
Falling from stairs is not enough damage to issue like self-destruct or
We'll see.
get teleported. Oh,
It depends on your stairs.
How malicious are you guys? All right. Next question.
Question?
Next question. This is catfish 666.
Woo!
Catfish 666. Luka Cullen spelled them correctly. What has you most pumped about 8th edition? Whoo!
A lot.
So many things. I don't know.
You go first, because okay. Well, if you don't know, I'll say playing it because
Playing it. That's a good one.
because I didn't play a lot of 7th edition.
I want to see what all the new rules are, right? All the new, all the special, are they going to change all the special abilities for, are they going to be the same but different?
I see, and you
Reanimation protocols. I want to see what reanimation protocols are going to be.
you have the aspect of knowing what things did before.
Yeah.
Where I
guess, yeah.
I won't have that, so it'll be
all new.
it'll just be like learning a brand new game, kind of.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, I played a little bit of 40K, just a little bit, literally maybe 1 or 2 games, and so I didn't really get into it too heavily. So actually getting a chance to dive into it, that's what's exciting to me.
And the change. I'm sure a lot of people out there agree 7th edition was getting pretty dry, so this edition looks very promising. I think it's going to be just what we need.
Okay.
And second part of this question, do you guys ever listen to music while filming bat reps or just hanging out in the offices? If so, what music gets you pumped?
Well, we don't listen to music when we film because then you guys
would hear it
through the microphones.
But while we're working with Lee,
definitely
we listen to what Lee wants to listen to.
And Lee listens to good music.
Yeah, he listens to
I don't
music.
know, I'm sure
It's all like Megadeth, Anthrax, Slayer.
Yeah, I don't know. If
System
he's
of a Down sometimes.
Personally, what do you personally listen to?
I love System of a Down. On my car rides home, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Gorillaz, System of a Down.
I'm Rise Against, Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, I love Rise Against too.
I don't know.
Rage Against the Machine.
Josh has gotten me into Chevelle.
Yeah,
actually.
Chevelle's great. Josh is pretty. You know what? A lot of people here have the exact same. Chris listens to the same music.
It's actually true.
Josh listens to the same music. Actually,
Steve listens to
country music?
Godsmack and all that.
Oh, yeah,
so he's
Godsmack's
so similar.
Yeah. I don't know about Matthew or Dave or Quirk.
Well, Quirk's country.
Is Quirk country?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't mind country. I got nothing against country.
I grew up in a small town. I do not like country.
But that's pretty much, yeah. We only with Lee do we listen to music at work mostly.
Yep.
Even when we're sitting in the back office just hanging out after a day, we just talk.
Usually too much to talk about, right?
It's just you talk about the day, you talk about what you're doing tomorrow, you talk about what you're doing next week. Not really a lot of room for music. And next question, Wargrin. There's an H there. Luka Cullen, again, correct. Very well done. I'm just here to say welcome. Glad to see you both are around. And you were a great guest. I'm sure you'll be great content producers. And thank you very much.
Awesome. Yeah, no, really glad to hear that. We appreciate all your
positive
comments,
reinforcement is great.
Trust me, we are listening and reading
yes,
all your comments.
I read all the comments. I try and take tips from that.
Yeah, if you guys have anything to point out to us, just let us know
100%.
and we'll read it and work on it. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Luka Cullen again. I gotta point out every time they spell it correct. Good job.
Bonus point.
William Kaw.
That was fun in unison.
First is to give you nicknames before they do. Luka the Demon King. I get to be the Cullen Quark's Quark.
Okay, so I read this while it was online, and
I get the Demon King.
He's the Demon King, and it says Quark's Quark.
Cullen.
Do you mean Quark?
Quark's Quark.
And if it's Quark's Quark, do you mean because I roll terribly? I roll terribly, even for Quark. Because if that's what you mean, I agree.
See, Luka, Demon King. See, I can fall behind Demon King.
Yeah,
whatever.
Demon
King.
But do you understand what I think?
That could be it. Quark's Quark.
Quark's Quark.
Quark's Quark.
Or Quark's
Quark. Quark's Quark. Quark's Quark.
Quark. I don't know what you're saying anymore. Now onto the question though.
Yeah, now onto the question. Do you actually have any nicknames here? I don't think so.
Cullen, if you're Josh.
That's true, yeah. I got Luka 2 times. That's only happened once. I don't know why people call me that. And
No, I think that's it.
Puka.
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 No one actually calls me that. No one actually calls me that. I call myself Puka. You guys can call me Puka, though. And the question, do you like how the rules are slowly trickling out from the community page? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's all useful, right?
Yeah, no, and I think it's super cool. It keeps the hype up.
Oh, yeah. You need
and
that hype.
Yeah, like, you know, everyone knows about it's coming out, and I know we've known about it for months, if not almost a year now. And yeah, no, having something to look on every day and slowly kind of piece together. And, you know, I know after one day comes out, you kind of like, okay, that's really cool, but I have a question about this, this, and this. And then 3 days later, one of those questions gets answered. So it kind of just gives you, I think it's nice because it's less reading when the books actually come out, if you've been paying attention.
Yeah, you can just get past that part. It's like, oh, I already know this.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, yeah, I think it's good to keep the hype up and keep everybody excited.
Next one, Cullen Luka from Briar Mist.
Briar Mist
again. Correct spelling. So, I had something happen recently. I was curious if it had ever happened to you. I was playing at a new store for me for the first time and played against a player who was very, for a lack of a better word, grumpy. Toward the end of turn 2, he got so mad about the game that he just quit playing the game and packed up and left without a word. It was really awkward and really off-putting to have it happen at a store playing for the first time in a couple of years. Do you see this sort of thing as a normal? That was bad luck. Was that sort of thing as normal or is just subject to bad luck? And thank you and congrats on the new jobs. Thank you. Bad luck, 100%. That's never happened to me at a store. I mean, I've never actually gone to a new store to play. I've always gone to Black Knight Games. That's my store.
And then I have the weird thing of I don't have a store.
No,
I've never played in the game store ever.
I came here a lot too. It's not really a store. I've never had one of the content producers pack up and quit the game on me.
Yeah, I know I've made Steve angry, but never enough to put all of his things back on the shelf. But yeah, like I've never actually played in a game store, so I've never played against a complete random person like that. So I would say it's probably just that person. And you know what? Like I know everybody has bad days. You know, even those days where you roll really poorly.
Oh, that is a huge upset.
Trust me, I am.
Oh, I know. I
feel for that.
I can. If I have bad luck and my opponent has bad luck, it just kills the game for me.
Yeah. To a certain degree, the randomness does get to. Yeah, it's. I can see where you get to that point, but hopefully nobody reaches that point. Like that is.
He must have had a bad day.
That's.
Or maybe he didn't like what you were playing.
Maybe it does have to, it doesn't say what the armies were or whether anybody, because I mean, you know, if someone's kind of play for fun and you come in and try to stomp them with your tournament list, I don't necessarily blame them for, you know, wanting to pack up and go home, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say you weren't doing that.
I won't lie, there's been a couple times where I went to go play at Black Knight Games and it was just terrible off the bat, right? Like losing everything on turn 1, turn 2, by turn 3, and I'm like, you know what? I almost feel like packing up and going home. Or just like asking them if we can start a new game. There's been several times where I've seen my opponents having the bad luck. I keep asking, let's start a new game while we have time.
Yeah.
And then they just say, oh, we'll play it out. People just want to play it out.
And I mean, that is, because you know what, they are dice. So sometimes, even if you are having the first 2 turns, nothing's working for you.
You can just flip.
Yeah, exactly. You can flip just like that. So you can go from rolling just 1s to 6s. So, you know what, sometimes it is fun to play out those when you have gotten so far behind.
Next one is from Shamu Solari. That's how I'm reading that. Shamu Solari, or Shamu Solari,
or Seamus O'Leary. Good job, Luka. All right.
Thank you for thank you for butting in after I've said all the ridiculous ones. Seamus O'Leary. I really hope it's Sham Us O'Leary.
Sham Us O'Leary.
Luka and Cullen, correct. Welcome to the MiniWarGaming team. 2 random questions. What are some of your favorite bands?
Covered that.
Covered that. Who are your favorite superheroes?
Oh. I don't think I've been asked this for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Marvel, you want to do Marvel and DC?
Sure, let's do our favorite Marvel and then our favorite DC.
You first.
DC, we'll say, I like Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's kind of default answer. If you want me to give one other than that, Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter's pretty cool.
Kind of obscure, but I really like him. Disappointed to see he's not in Justice League. Very disappointed. And then Marvel? Does Wolverine count?
He's X-Men.
Yeah, okay. I would probably go with Wolverine or Nightcrawler. Because when it comes to X-Men, when it comes to Marvel, much larger fan of the mutants than the classic superheroes. So I think it would definitely be Nightcrawler or Wolverine.
I like, for Marvel, I go to X-Men. I love Magneto.
Oh, Magneto's
I love Magneto. Professor X, too. I just love how powerful they are. They're just blatantly overpowered.
Goes right to the most overpowered, right?
They're super cool. And then for DC, that's a tough one. I don't follow DC as much. Batman? Can I say Joker? I like the Joker. Oh, yeah, superhero. He's a villain. Oh.
Magneto's also a villain.
No, he's an anti-hero.
He's an anti-hero. That one.
Can we say the Joker's an anti-hero?
No. You might be able to say Catwoman's an anti-hero.
Catwoman's kind of cool. I'll go with Batman. Aquaman.
Okay, moving on.
All right, next one. 99 Arcturus. Luka, correct. Cullen, correct. Because he had question marks. He wasn't too
Brackets
sure.
question mark? You're good, sir.
Question. Do you go to university/college?
This is C.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's a C, not a Q. Question for Cullen. Do you go to the university/college at Toronto? If so, do you know of the great Jordan P?
Okay, I do go to school. I go to
You go to Ryerson?
I go to university. Yes, I go to Ryerson University in Toronto. I don't know if you're asking if this, because I don't know a Jordan P. Dr. Jordan P. Sorry, the great Dr. Jordan P.
The great Dr. Jordan P.
I'm wondering if you mean that he goes to U of T, which is the University
of Toronto. Whereas Ryerson is more of a...
Yeah, exactly. Both in Toronto. Plenty of schools in Toronto, but I do not go to the University of Toronto. Just a university in Toronto.
For myself... Oh, wait, no, that's for Cullen, right.
I was going to say, you can comment on universities in Toronto.
I never went to a university in Toronto.
And there's also will we see Sturm Vermin?
Sturm Vermin!
At any time soon.
Sturm Vermin, yes, of course.
You
actually technically have already seen them.
Yeah.
You've already seen them. That video went up Saturday.
Yeah, because I think Matthew's went up Friday, and then the battle report
went up the day after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Storm Vermin,
lots of Storm Vermin. Actually, you'll see lots of Storm Vermin.
Will be coming in the future.
They look great.
Yay.
Good job on that one, buddy.
Thank you. It was soul crushing.
Luka and Cullen, thank you for including me. With 8th edition almost or out by the time of this. Okay, yeah. There are two, so 8th edition is almost out by this time. There are two problems I have with it. One, the removal of initiative. Initiative was one of, if not my favorite things about 40K. I thought it added a degree of reality that other games didn't have, but now they've removed it, and I'm very annoyed to see it discarded. I don't mind the charge to go first mechanic, but to remove it altogether seems a bit much. And your thoughts on Edition Dawn? You know what? If you play Age of Sigmar, you know that the way Age of Sigmar combat works is it's like you take turns choosing combats, but the fact that they threw in charging first changes everything.
No, that really is, and that's...
It's going to be massive. It's going to be huge.
Yep, and in terms of, I do get what you mean, because things like, especially like certain things like Power Fist that, made you go unwieldy and, attack at the end.
It helped with the initiative, it helped with a lot of cool weapons, right?
Yeah, so it'll be really weird almost attacking, like getting to charge and then attacking right away with your Power Fist. Like that just seems like something you shouldn't be able to do, but we'll kind of have to get out of that mindset, because that's just, I think that's going to be one of the biggest hurdles to jump when it comes to working on...
Personally, I'm not worried about the initiative gone.
Okay.
I don't mind.
No?
It's fine. You just adapt, right?
I'm interested to see what they're going to do with turn initiative, and hopefully that doesn't go the way of Age of Sigmar. Oh, I don't know if we've seen anything else out that's
I can only handle that
differently.
I can only handle that in one game.
Yeah, it's a stressful phase, so hopefully I don't have to go through any more of that.
And number 2, blasts. I hated blasts a lot. I read that weird. I hated blasts a lot.
Blasts!
I did not like how they scattered just to random, and then Armageddon came and fixed them. You roll to hit, and then you scatter. Oh, with the Armageddon rules for scatter. Yeah, that was cool. I like that. Better, but still a little funny. But now the initiative, they are gone. Like the initiative, they're gone. I don't mind flamers, but a battle cannon, D6 shots doing D6 wounds. Seems too random. I know blasts were random to begin with. I think you're going to find that this is more consistent.
Yeah, it'll definitely have some consistency, because I do get it that D6 shots, D6 wounds sounds super random and like super spiky.
It gives you so much more options too, because you can just hit one model with that and you hit them D6 times.
Yep. Oh yeah, and that's it, right?
Options are way better.
But My thing is like with Warhammer, I've always liked
it's iconic.
blasts.
It's iconic.
I
remember first time playing. I was young. I was like 11 years old. My friend was teaching me how much an 11-year-old was. But he's like, okay, this guy's gonna throw a grenade. I'm like, okay, how do you represent that? And he pulls out the small blast or the blast template. I'm like, that is so cool.
I know, and
that is so cool.
I remember when I first saw Warhammer 4 years ago, I guess it is, when I came here, and just seeing the flamer template. I remember
the flamer template.
The teardrop
was
was my favorite one.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, that's so cool. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But once you actually do play it, and
it slows it down a lot.
I totally get it. I totally get why a lot of people wouldn't like them, and how it, it leaves this gray area.
Especially like, oh, this guy covered. Sure, I'll give it to you.
Yep.
There's so much of that right now, gone. I am sad to see them gone, but we won't miss them for long.
You know what? And I almost feel a little bit bad for all the other, like all those companies who
made all these cool custom templates.
They always made like, you'd get the ones with the crazy barrages that would spin out, and all the apocalyptic size blasts and all that. Like
all the intricate designs and everything. There's like some cool lightning looking ones. And
yeah, so it's kind of sad that those companies now don't get those sales. But I mean, I guess they'll still be around for Armageddon.
Yeah. And then you can always play 7th edition Warhammer. You can always
and then,
play
Horus Heresy.
And Horus Heresy, yeah. You can always use it for Horus Heresy, which is getting very popular.
Yep.
And man, it's fun.
Yeah, I will hopefully, me and Luca will hopefully be joining that soon. Yeah.
I think we both want to play Death Guard.
What? I don't, he doesn't have any models. I do.
I have the Studios models.
We've completely derailed this. Moving on.
Okay. Wait. Bam, done.
Blasts.
Bam.
Here, give me the pages.
Oh, you just get rid of them? All right. Dr. Doom, or Doc Doom, 77.
Hey, there's another guy I like a lot, actually. Dr. Doom. Marvel. I love Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom is cool. Fantastic Four guy?
Yeah. Love Dr. Doom.
Any chance Games Workshop will give you a preview copy so you can start working on content ahead of time? It'd be great for some vids to drop. I mean, that would be great.
That would be really cool.
That's just great, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, any chance for anybody to get their hands on anything early. And I think
that'd be freaking exciting.
I think game shops get stuff a little early, so that would be super cool, and just getting a chance to go
that's where all the spoilers come from. It's like all the game shops getting questions, and then like they let their customers see them, and then they kind of go up online. But
so just from what we've seen, there's some cool stuff
more than
already
enough
online.
To get, yeah. Luka and Cullen from Rump de Bump.
Rumpa de Bump.
Can't mess up that name. Spell their names correctly too. What are going to be your armies for MiniWarGaming going to be? Sorry, what are your armies for going to be for MiniWarGaming for 40K? I know you guys are often seen in Fantasy and Age of Sigmar, but we haven't seen much of your forces for 40K. Good luck, and looking forward to seeing you in all your battle reports.
Now, you've done 40K before.
I've been playing 40K forever.
Yeah, exactly. So you obviously played Necrons.
Only Necrons. I have tried other armies, and they just don't. They don't do it for me, And I got friends who collect like 5 or 6 armies.
Yep.
Necrons.
Not that person?
No. You know what? Chaos is really cool. Death Guard. I want to play the new Death Guard.
Yeah.
That's what I want to play.
Those minis do look beautiful, so I do not blame you at all. For me.
For you.
Tau. You'll probably see me playing Armageddon Tau. I do have a small Tau army myself. What I will be playing on camera most of the time is Studios, because I don't have that many miniatures painted up, nor I don't know what I'm going to be focusing a lot of my painting time this summer actually on yet, but I still love to paint fantasy stuff, so I'll probably still be working on that before I actually get to the Tau. But yeah, Tau will be the main army I will be kind of spearheading, hopefully.
All right.
Yay.
Big Mikey.
Fish people.
Luka and Cullen. Correct. Just wanted to say welcome both to the MiniWarGaming team. Looking forward to content for both of you.
Dude, he's putting exclamation marks. You need to exclaim it.
I am exclaiming, am I not? Just wanted to say welcome to both to MiniWarGaming. Looking forward to content for both of you.
Yeah!
Ooh. Anyways, thank you.
Very much. Appreciate it.
I think I've asked Luka this before, but was there a big shock to both of you with all the behind-the-scenes scheduling and I remember this question. Is involved, or any other major challenge that you didn't expect with the job? See, now Cullen's been here for...
Yeah, this will be my
4th summer?
Fourth summer
actually, here already.
For I don't know if you guys, for the first 2 years, I was mostly behind the scenes. First year was a co-op, I guess, first of all, and then I was working on intros. So I did like, what did I make now?
Oh, did you do Rise of the Blood Reaver?
No, I didn't do Rise of the Blood Reaver, but I did all the
Rise of the Blood Reaver.
Snagabog's Greed.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Rings a bell in my head. Primogenitor's Promise. Just a lot of the first campaigns, other than Fate of Fayoum, the first handful, I actually created the intros for those. So that's what I was doing. The first year I worked here. Second year I was the editor. And then I trained Rob at the end of the summer when I go back to school. And then last year I was helping Steve and helping Lee.
Yep.
And then this summer I'm helping Lee and helping everybody and doing my own things.
Yeah.
So the behind the scenes stuff isn't too much of a shock for me. I mean, that's I used to work behind the scenes, so I understand the editing and the post side of it all. In terms of the major challenges, for me, it's being actually in front of this camera right now.
Yeah?
This is definitely not a spot I'd ever thought I'd personally be in. I've always been a behind the camera for, I don't know if I mentioned, but where I go to school is film school.
Yeah.
So specifically, I work behind the camera. So this is me going in front of the camera, so I apologize for the tad awkward.
That was his comfort zone. He deflects with awkwardness.
Exactly.
Now, for me, I've been volunteering for 18 months. Definitely at first, I was not super surprised, but I was like, oh, so this is how it works off the camera, behind the scenes. That makes sense. And then I kind of watched Steve like dump the footage and like put everything in, like all the information, that Rob would edit it. So I kind of picked up on that over time. And then when I was trained to do it, it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
It took me like a day to figure it
Because
out.
Luka was more than just a typical guest. Luka was a local guest and came in so much that he could walk in and walk to the back room and nobody would blink an eye.
Yeah.
So, Luke, because he was so close and here so often, he did get to see a lot of the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
More than just if you just came in and did one-off battle report as a guest, in which you just deal a lot with a content producer. So Luka was here quite a bit. I don't think it came that big of a surprise, no? Major challenges for you?
Actually, the one thing I've had the hardest time with would be the camera. I've never operated a camera professionally before, right? I'm having a hard time. I'm like filming too close is my thing, right? So when I'm rolling the dice, often like 1 or 2 dice go off camera.
Yeah.
And you know what? I 100% understand that's annoying. I'm working on that. Right now, I'm filming closer up to my head. I'm catching more of the table. Just at first, I was told, make sure to keep everything on the table and the camera, like nothing off the table. So I was having a hard time getting both of those done. So I kind of make it so I get a wider shot. Sometimes I'll show the floor, but as long as you see all the dice, right? And as long as you see the entire battlefield.
Yep, and I know at least for me when I started holding the camera, which was, I think I started last year quite a bit, just to help Steve and Josh or whoever I was filming with. One of the biggest things that I noticed was being short. You're way closer to the table, which means the camera's so much more zoomed.
It's harder to realize that.
It's significantly zoomed in, and for being Steve and Matthew and Dave, who are all 6 foot plus, they're up here, we're down here. So how close your camera is really does, we can't just hold it in the exact same arm kind of way. We actually have to hold it kind of up here when we film. So that was an interesting little change that I don't think I'd really noticed before until I had it in my hands.
One of my favorite things when I first started working with Steve as a guest, he's such a big guy, right? He's got the little tiny camera in his hand, so he's got like he's got the camera like way up here. He's just like throwing it all over the place. I thought
he can reach over the table, and I'm just like, oh no, I'm gonna walk around.
I always thought it was a silly looking view.
So yeah, that's. Those are some of the major challenges, but that is our 30 minutes for our free portion of our sit and talk. So if you guys want to see the other half, it'll be in the vault, so you can click the link in the description below to get your 7-day free trial and check that out and all the other great content we produce. We produce 2 battle reports a day, so there'll always be another one in there. You have anything else to say?
No, just come check out the vault video.
Yeah, so thanks for the questions.
Come on,
and
guys.
Leave comments below for Lee and Josh.
Lee and Josh on the MiniWarGaming website.
Yep. Happy Wargaming.
Happy Wargaming.